My time in Munich started with a mission and a 5-train day to complete it, but we can get to that. I had opted to stay in a hostel to save funds for this leg of the trip, and while I hadn't been dreading it, I wasn't looking forward to it either. Wombats was a delightful surprise and ended up being a highlight of my stay. All right, not bad, not bad. As of right now, it looks like I'm the only one in this room. There are 2 bathrooms. Ooh, much bigger on this one. This one's a wet bath. Don't love that the lights are outside though. And that's where I'll be sleeping tonight. Cute, so you can definitely close these for some privacy. Okay, and these go all the way under, nice. And then I do get a locker. You don't need a lock with these because they have a pin code, I guess. And then you also get another locker right in there. Little fan. Got cubbies over here. And not really a view, but that's okay. For $48, I want to say a night. Not bad. We'll make it work. These are actually pretty nice. Not bad. I'm actually really thrilled with this. This is a reading light. But how do you turn it on? Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is really nice because I've been struggling with charging stuff. I only brought 1 adapter on this trip. And so in here, inside like the locker, you actually have like all kinds of charging stuff. So you can be charging your stuff during the day safely. But then also over here, you do have a USB outlet. So now I can officially charge. I mean, I've been charging something off of my power bank and my laptop every night. So really I can just efficiently charge again. It's even worse. It just doesn't feel like it was. It's actually not bad. It's not the worst mattress I've ever been on. The Werksviertel location is a short walk from one of 3 main train stations in Munich, so accessing the rest of the city was easy. The area itself also had a lot to offer, with plenty of restaurants and bars to choose from. If it hadn't been so foggy, I would have given the Ferris wheel a go. Adrenaline junkies, unlike myself, have the option to sit on the thrill ledge, but with it being and feeling like December, I witnessed 0 takers. The best part of the area was a semi-permanent market and event space that had taken on a holiday overlay. Here I found vegan sausage, my first Gluhwein of Munich, and high-quality live music. Having essentially a whole Christmas market right outside where I was staying ended up being pretty awesome, kind of dangerous, and a great way to end each evening. My grandmother had grown up with her family in a suburb of Munich before immigrating to the United States. While she had passed some time ago, her brother was still around. My mom had given me my grandmother's analog camera years ago, and I had gotten this idea that I would use it to take a picture of their childhood home. What started as an errand became a consuming part of my trip to Europe. I stopped by analog shops in each town I visited, and in Munich, I found a shop selling shutter release cables for only €10, a steal for how much I ended up getting out of it. After 3 trains and a short walk, I had made it. Pets? Oh, sweet little one, aren't you? So vocal. I had an idea that the optics of taking pictures of one specific apartment and the surrounding area might be a little odd, so I kept a translation up on my phone of why I was there. This eased no one's suspicions, and it seems may have actually increased them. Since I had thoroughly stressed out the locals, I decided it was time to catch my first train of my commute back to Munich. Munich's Christmas market game, specifically around their souvenir Gluhwein mugs, was top tier. At the markets I'd visited so far, there was typically one kind of souvenir mug for the whole market. But at the Marienplatz market, you could shop around for your favorite style. I'm not ashamed to say I got a little tipsy in pursuit of the coolest mugs. And it wouldn't be a European Christmas market if the town's favorite clock wasn't out on display nearby. If you can't find what you're looking for at one Christmas market, just mosey on to the next one. Munich has a lot of Christmas markets. I cannot emphasize that enough. I spent a whole day wandering from market to market, collecting mugs and trying the local take on fried dough. Needless to say, it was a great day. Munich was the first time my lack of planning kind of caught up to me. I walked out of the hostel Sunday morning and was met with no one.
Good morning. It's Sunday in Munich. It's actually almost 12, but the only people up are you, me, and the police towing some cars from last night.
So I did what anyone could do in this situation. I wandered town, took some pictures, snapped some selfies, and embraced a day of rest. I would end up wanting it for my next stop. And before I knew it, my time in Munich was over. But the trip was far from it. I was spending the first 23 days of December visiting 5 new countries and as many Christmas markets as I can handle. Join me as I continue my solo trip across Europe.